I wanted to hit somewhere along the way with all your marketing and stuff. You started a marketing company, started helping other laundromat owners market their businesses. Can you talk about that? Like, when did that develop? How did it develop?
Sure, yeah. So, like, my background before laundries was basically communications, marketing, and like political stuff, right? I was basically in charge of basically marketing candidates to get people to vote for them. And because of that, I really like marketing. I love doing it. So I did all the marketing for our stores and for our delivery service. And as you grow, like I just didn't have the time needed to do everything, right? Things were slacking. And the website, I did the website like when I first kind of took over the store, and it was just like a WordPress site that I made myself. It was better than what we had, but it was horrible, right? So I met these two guys called Dom and Rocco, and basically I said, all right, here's my website. Can you do it for me? And they did a really really good job with it. And they have this large advertising agency called CMG, Colossus Media Group. So they did my website really good. And I hated doing Google Ads. I hated it. So as after a few months, I said, hey, you guys want to, do this for me? And they did it a whole lot better than I did. And Facebook was kind of like my thing. Like I didn't want to let it go. But like I said, as you got busy, like, all right, I can't start doing everything that needs to be done to properly manage, Facebook and Instagram. So I reluctantly gave it over. And one thing that they do really good is content creation, right? So they have a full video team, photo team, right? So, like I said, when we were moving my store, we came in and did all these videos, all these photos, explaining everything to our customers. And that content, that real content is what really drives people, on social and, let your customers engage with you and all that. So as time was going on, a part of a happiness and the advertising there was garbage. It was like absolutely the worst advertising ever. And out of desperation, I just said, here, you guys, just like go, talk to them, see if you can turn this thing around. And all of a sudden, I started getting more pickup and delivery customers, and it's basically that optimization of the customer data and using that data to build your campaigns, whether it's in the Google universe, in the Facebook universe. And what they ended up doing was lowering the cost of acquiring a customer. What was being spent was outrageous to acquire a customer. It wasn't sustainable, right? And from the knowledge of the data, brought down that cost, brought it down by like 150% from what it was. And after this, we were just talking and thinking like, what? Like there's like only like one or two other people that do advertising in the laundry world. And, I think we can do it better, if we get together and put together our knowledge. And that's what we ended up doing. So we created a company called Suds Digital, and we have packages, and all these packages are basically different levels or different tactics that work when they're put together. And they were basically experimented on me. So all the trial and error has been worked out. So the most basic thing is like your website. You have to have a really, really good website, because if you spend any money online and you're directing people to a website, it doesn't just need to look good. It needs to function good. As a laundromat, we need to bring people physically into our stores in order to make money. And, we need to drive people to get directions, to call us, to contact us. If they're not coming to our store, doesn't matter. So that's number one. After you have that really, really nice site that drives actual customers to your store, now you can spend money on advertising. And the first and basic thing is Google Ads, because think of it this way, our main customer base for laundromats is renters. And if you don't know this, 30% of renters move every year. So 30% of our core customer base is changing for the self-service side and even the drop-off side. And if you just want to stay the same where you are, you have to replace that 30% that move. And that's where, Google Ads comes in. First time that person comes into the area they move in, they're going on their phone, they're putting in laundromat near me, and you want to bring them over to your store. After that, then you can get into paid ads on Facebook and Instagram to make people aware of your brand. Like, hey, you can drop off your comforter at our store and we'll do it for you. Just that brand awareness. And then that can be tied in again to your website. Someone visits your website, we can remarket them and serve them ads on Facebook. And after that, you're still growing. You have maybe a few stores. We'll fly out to your store. We'll fly out to your location. We'll do a bunch of video content for you, and we'll put together a whole social content calendar for an entire year of real content. And that real content is really what makes the difference between us and other agencies. Is we are skilled in making that content, and that real content is what connects to your customer. Without that real content, there's no relationship between you and your customer. And that's what you want. You want that relationship so that they are loyal to you. So if they do have a bad experience, it's not that they're done and they're gone to another store. No, they have this relationship with you. All right, I had a bad experience, but I'm going to come back, give these guys another try, and continue using them as my laundromat. So we offer like a variety of different services. We can use, if you have a card system, we can use that data from your card system. There's a lot of different things that we can do. Again, even though we're just doing laundromats, our sister company, Colossus Media Group, they do large campaigns for national companies, regional companies. So the tools that we have that normally only the big guys have, we can bring down and use for you at your individual store or chain of stores. Like we were recently out to Joe Dan Reed, his stores out in Kentucky. We had a great time out there in the summer, and you can see some of the stuff we made for him, and we have fun doing it. Like if we don't like doing it, there's no point in doing it. And so Dom and Rocco, they're also laundry guys. They don't only do pickup and delivery, and they have a processing plant out in Philadelphia, and they do like a stupid amount of residential pickup and delivery from there. And they're really at that. So everything that we offer to laundromat owners is stuff that we use and do for ourselves. And that's why we're different than other folks.
Yeah, the best products and services come out of our own needs and solving our own problems usually. And then we figure out other people have similar issues, similar problems, and we say, hey, we figured this out. Let's help you out with it. That's awesome. Suds Digital is out there. If you haven't checked them out yet, is it just sudsdigital.com?
Yep, that's it.
And we'll have the link to that and everything else in today's show in the show notes.